last year I got the flu. Yeah. So I didn't come. Make sure to get a video or photo of this. Welcome to an evening with Vladimir Zelensky. It's not. Anyway, that's my impression. This is very exciting. It's so great to be back. I was at a cafe and I saw a 5-year-old wearing a fedora. And you always think to yourself that when you see abuse, you would know what to do. But you can't call the police and be like, there's a 5-year-old, I think he's being raised to be an insufferable jazz guitarist. I walked past a wedding cake bakery. They had a sign in the window that said, "Refugees welcome," which I thought was very sweet because I'm a refugee. I came from the Soviet Union in 1979. And actually for the first year my family was in America, we mostly lived off of $700 wedding cakes. We would save every month and eat for 3 days. I like to play a game with my fiance when we're in public where I try to think of something that I could yell to her that would make people think that she is crazy. And we were in a supermarket and I was by a shopping cart, which was maybe 10, 15 feet away, and I yelled to her, "You know what? I am going to get toilet paper. I don't think it's a waste." Pretty good. I have a 6-year-old, and his favorite movie, No Country for Old Men. A friend of mine recently told me that when we were in elementary school, our teacher told her to not be my friend because I was a loser. It's the 80s, I know. But then, to prove to her that I was a loser, she showed her my test scores. I get that there's a test that could show that you're bad at math, but what's the test that proves you're a loser? It was the question like, what's your favorite food? And I was like, sour cream! Who's your favorite band? My rabbi! What's the worst grade anyone here has gotten? Zero, F0, those are all very bad. When I was in junior high, I got, this is true, I got a -8. Like, it's worse than just throwing up on a teacher. I recently got a Facebook message from the teacher, and he was like, "I don't know if you remember me, like, congratulations on everything." And I would be like, "Remember you? You gave me a grade so low, it borders on anti-Semitism." I love Venmo. I love Venmo! What a great way to pay people. What a convenient way to pay people. And for some reason on Venmo, you can have friends, and you can see the public feed of people, and that I don't understand why, but I did go down a Venmo rabbit hole. And I'd be like, look, this person's friends with this person, and this person's friends with this person. And then I was like, I'm gonna send random people money. And I found a lot of fun people. For instance, I found Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue. And I know it's him because he's friends with 3 guys in Guns N' Roses. And I sent him $150, and I wrote house cleaning for house cleaning. And he's like, "Did I get super high and clean someone's house?" "Yes, you did, Mr. Sixx." I found Bobby Cannavale. I found Bobby. I sent him $45, and I wrote, "For introducing me to Mick Jagger." Oh, for a second, he's like, did I? I found Adam Levine. I know. I sent him $10, and I wrote, "Use of outdoor shower." Then I looked at it again, I was like, oh, actually, I sent this to some guy named Adam Levin, who happened to be friends with Bella Fleck, and that was enough for me. I was like, that's probably that guy. No! I found Ted Cruz's wife, Heidi Cruz. Found Heidi. And I sent her $30 and I wrote, money I owe you minus what you owe me for the haircut. And I never got a call from Secret Service, so it's perfectly legal. Lastly, I found our old friend Greta Van Susteren. Wow, she got worse reaction than... What did she do to you guys? Anyway, I sent her $28 and I wrote, expedited urology appointment. So I know she's like, did I do that? Did I help someone in an unfair way? Yeah, you did, Greta. Thank you. Oh yeah, so look, I've been trying to think of merch to sell at shows, and I haven't really come up with much for myself, but I did come up with something for America's most successful visual artist, Basquiat. So here is a piece of merch that his estate will hopefully do. This is a laundry Basquiat. I know. Oh, come on. I had it printed on the internet. Look, is it dumb? Maybe. Could we all make a fortune from it? No, probably not. My son goes to school because I obey the law. He's in first grade, but when he was in preschool, I was looking for different preschools, and there were all these places that needed me to fill out applications. And one place that was very small was like, we're all full, but if you'd like to be on the waiting list, please fill out our application. I was like, I would love to be on a waiting list. And so I did it. I filled out the application, and I imagine I'm still on the waiting list. And I am going to read you that thing. Here we go. This is the questions they asked and the answers I gave. What is the language most often spoken in your household? Love. How did you hear about our school? I walked by it in a dream. Please tell us about the child's regular adult caregivers, including parents. For each adult, include the name, relationship to the child, and current employment. Eugene Mirman, father, comedian. Marina Mirman, grandmother, retired. Hugh Jackman, nanny/Wolverine. How many siblings are in your family and how old are they? I can't tell if you're asking me how many siblings I have or how many my son has, so I'm not going to answer. What is your child's temperament and learning style? Much like the Borg in Star Trek: The Next Generation, our child learns by assimilating other cultures through force. What 5 words would you use to describe your child? He has extremely sharp teeth. Who doesn't want that child in their kindergarten? Describe a typical weekday at your house. 7:30 a.m., breakfast of freshly caught fish and homemade breads and cheeses. 9 a.m., go to a nearby pharmacy and buy all the Tylenol PM they'll sell you. You cheer up a prostitute. 1 p.m. unstructured. 8 p.m. go to sleep. Describe your parenting style. I try to set reasonable boundaries and stick with them, but whenever he asks about God, I pretend not to hear him. How does your family spend a typical weekend? We like to volunteer at Best Buy. I can't stop you. At first. What other schools are you considering? Hot yoga! Families offer diverse experiences and unique gifts that strengthen school communities. Are there special skills or opportunities your family brings that could enrich our school? I think you are asking me if I am very rich. Own a zoo, or am comfortable teaching sex ed? Yes to one, no to the others. Accept my child and find out which one it is. Is there anything else you would like us to know about your family? Our favorite activity is to go to Walden Pond and try to fill it in with sand. Is there anything else you would like us to know about your child? He loves to start fires. Thank you. So several years ago, I made a 9-volume album. The first volume was stand-up because I'm not a monster. But then it was like there was volumes of me teaching Russian. There was a volume of over 45 minutes of crying. So I could put a sticker on it that said, featuring over 45 minutes of crying. There was sound effects I made with my mouth and a few other things. So I wanted to talk about it a little. So here's an excerpt. This is a sound effect I made with my mouth. Ready? Cat purring. Not bad. Here's another sound effect. A Jewish person saying "oy vey" wrong. Oy voy. Pretty accurate. Here's a short excerpt of me teaching some Russian. You smell like trash. Ты пахнешь как мусор. Your husband smells like trash. Твой муж пахнет как мусор. Your whole family smells like trash. Вся твоя семья пахнет как мусор. Your band, The Black Crowes, smells like trash. Твоя музыкальная группа, The Black Crowes, пахнет как мусор. So, there's also outgoing voicemail messages and ringtones that you could have on your phone. So imagine you're at Marshall's and your dad calls and he doesn't know how to set up Hulu, and this is the ringtone you've set for your dad. I don't know why you did that. There's also something that I found out called digital drugs, which is audio that is meant to have the physiological effect of drugs. So there's audio that like people make of like marijuana and cocaine. I also did amoxicillin. So if you have an ear infection, just listen to it twice a day for 10 days, you'll be fine. I partially say this because if you go to like iTunes, there's all these different companies that make binaural beats and digital drugs, but only one of them bothered to reach out to me and threaten to sue me because they mistook my joke for their own actual product. And they have a lot of stuff that's like, scam alert, don't listen to the fake sound of marijuana when you can listen to the real sound that is marijuana. They have a lot of stuff on iTunes. You can download Molly, Poppers, Roofie. Who wouldn't want to listen to that? But, you know, don't take my word for it. Let me play you some of my tracks and their tracks and we can see how similar they are. But first, let me read the letter they wrote me. You are using our band on your album. You mentioned digital drugs and iDoser, our company, on your album, but we don't recall giving you permission or creating any form of copyright deal regarding this. Please explain what made you use both our brand, dose names, and audio content on your album without any form of copyright deal or payment. How do you plan to financially fix this situation? Seems we may have a big legal issue. Oh shit. All right, well here, let's listen and see. This is their track, Marijuana. Sorry for those of you trying drugs for the first time. This is my track, Marijuana. E.T. Cologne Home. E.T. Cologne Home. This is their track, Molly. Sorry about your serotonin levels. This is the closest I have is my track, MDMA. More scientifically accurate.
Yeah, you never seen whales walk? Oh, man! Yeah!
I can't even distinguish them. Here's their track, Opium. Can't believe they didn't try to sue themselves. And the close I have is my track Heroin.
Vomit, oops.
And I don't care.
I'm throwing up, and I really don't care. I'm vomiting. Not a big deal to me.
This is my open letter to iDoser. Dear iDoser, do you know how many industry leaders have emailed me threatening to sue because my joke is somehow their actual product? Just you and Ford Motor Cars. I showed the litigious email you sent me to a scientist and a lawyer, and they were so upset by how frivolous it seemed, they killed each other with hammers. I couldn't even save them by playing your track, Anti-Sad. I wish it was possible to pay a ghost to live in your asshole and cause trouble. Let's play a game called Fact or Fuck You. Here are the rules. I didn't do any of the things you claimed, so fuck you. That's it. Great game. You were terrible. Sincerely, Eugene Mirman. Thank you. Last few things I wanted to do. So the album that we made, I made it with two friends, Matt Savage and Christian Kandari. And I think, I don't know how long ago, maybe a decade ago, maybe more, I put out stuff on Sub Pop. And at some point signing, there was like a contract, and I saw in it that it said that I couldn't do a Christmas album. And I was like, what is this? And they were like, oh, I think somebody at some point, either on their label or another, handed in a Christmas album. And it became just like a thing where you could like, they didn't want you handing that in instead of real things. And I was like, oh, well, I'm definitely going to do Oy Vey, the Christmas songs of Eugene Mirman. And now, a decade later, I have started with my friends writing Christmas songs. So in the tradition of Jews writing Christmas songs, I'd like to bring out Matt Savage and Christian Kandari. And we're going to do two of these songs. The first one is, it's called How Do You Lie to Your Child About Santa? Because I didn't grow up with Santa, I don't know how to talk about it. We have the lyrics. Matt's gonna sing, I'm gonna hold up lyrics. I'd like you guys to sing the chorus with us, so I'm gonna show them to you.
How do you lie to your child about Santa? How do you lie to your child about Santa?
Let's try it again with you guys.
How do you lie to your child about Santa? How do you lie to your child about Santa?
Alrighty. I think we're almost ready to start. Let me get the things. Okay. Everything's great. You know what? This is a little low. Yeah. Wow, I'm really powerful. All right, Christian. Let's play some music.